All right, let's talk about the Mitumba business. For so many, it's seen as just a side hustle, right? A way to make a little extra cash. Well, today we're going to completely flip that idea on its head. We're going to look at how to take that hustle and turn it into a real, modern, and scalable enterprise.
So let me ask you this right at the start. Is this business just about flipping a few clothes? Is that all there is to it? The material we're digging into today says, no way. It suggests there's this massive opportunity just waiting for people who are willing to see it differently. And this quote right here, this is the core idea that changes everything. The goal isn't just to sell a few shirts. It's to build an ecosystem, a whole system that combines sourcing, branding, and selling into one seamless, powerful operation.
Think of this as your roadmap. This is the entire journey we're going to explore. We'll show you exactly how you can go from being a solo hustler to a recognized seller, then to a trusted brand, and finally, all the way up to being a key distributor in this market.
But first things first, you can't build a skyscraper on a shaky foundation, right? So, before we get into all the cool stuff, we have to start here. Getting this part right is absolutely non-negotiable. This is where success begins.
Now, what's incredible, what makes this so powerful, is the barrier to entry. It's practically zero. You don't need a huge loan. You can get started with as little as 1,000 shillings. Seriously, that's your ticket into the game.
Okay, first big decision. And it's a critical one. Do not try to sell everything to everyone. That's a recipe for disaster. Pick one lane and completely own it. Whether it's men's shirts or vintage denim, choosing a niche makes you the go-to person and helps you build a loyal customer base way faster.
Listen up, because this is where the real money is made. It's not just in the selling price, it's in what you do before you sell. These simple steps, a good wash, a quick iron, fixing a button, they transform a basic item into something that looks and feels premium. This is how you create your profit.
And what's the result of all that effort? It's this. You cause a total perception shift in the customer's mind. You're no longer selling secondhand clothes. You're selling affordable fashion, and people will happily pay more for that. That's your profit margin right there.
Okay, so you've got fantastic looking stock. It's clean, it's pressed, it's ready to go. Now what? Well, having great products is useless if nobody sees them. This next part is all about building the engine that will actually sell your stuff.
You know, your shop is literally in your pocket. Instagram and TikTok are amazing for showing off your brand and getting discovered. But WhatsApp Business, that's your cash register. That is the platform where a like turns into an actual payment, and it happens fast.
This simple rule is pure gold. By not holding items for anyone, you create urgency. You create scarcity. It tells people, if you want this, you need to act now. This one rule speeds up your cash flow like you wouldn't believe and filters out all the time wasters.
Now, this is where things get really interesting. To build a truly strong business, you can't just rely on selling your own stock. You need multiple ways to earn money. Let's dive into how you can create different income streams, even when you don't have a single item of your own to sell.
So here's your first new service. You become a personal shopper, a style consultant. Your customers tell you what they're looking for, the size, the style, the budget, and you do the hard work of hunting it down. You're getting paid for your good taste and your market knowledge.
And the process is so straightforward. A client sends you a request. You go find some options and send them photos. They say yes and send you the money for the item plus your service fee. Then you deliver. It's that easy.
And here's the absolute magic of this model. There is zero risk for you. You don't buy anything until the customer has already paid for it. The customer's money funds the purchase, which means your service fee is 100% pure profit. Next up, drop shipping. This is all about leverage. You're using other people's inventory to expand your own offerings. You become this trusted hub, connecting buyers in your network with stock from other suppliers you trust.
So you partner up with some good suppliers, you post their photos to your customers, you take the order and the payment, tell the supplier where to send it, and you keep the difference. This lets you offer a huge variety of items without spending a single shilling on stock. Now for all my creative people out there, this one is a gold mine. Upcycling. You take a basic, cheap item and you rework it into something totally unique, a one-of-a-kind design. This is where your creativity literally turns into huge profit margins.
Okay, you're doing it. You're making consistent money from a few different streams. Now it's time to think bigger. This section is about making that leap, from being a successful seller to becoming a true business operator. And to scale up,
You have to change the way you think. It's a huge mindset shift. You stop working alone and start building a team. You stop just selling items and start building systems. And you stop focusing only on today's sales and start planning for where you want to be next year. This is the path to the top of the food chain. You start buying in bulk, your first bale. You learn how to sort everything inside to get the most value. And then you start supplying other, smaller traders. You're not just a retailer anymore. You're becoming a wholesale distributor.
We've covered a ton of ground, I know, from the basics all the way to scaling up. So let's bring it all together into a simple, practical blueprint that you can actually start using right away.
Here it is, your roadmap for the next month. Week 1, you just focus on getting set up. Week 2 is all about launching and making those crucial first sales. By week 3, you start adding in those extra services like personal shopping. And in week 4, you're already thinking about expansion. It's all laid out for you step by step.
So, as we wrap this up, the final question is really for you. Now that you've seen the potential, you've seen the strategies, you've seen the path, what are you going to build? Is it going to be just a side hustle for some extra cash? Or are you going to build a thriving fashion ecosystem that can grow into something truly special? The choice is yours.